I was sitting in the jeweler's parking lot with my phone in one hand and a $3,000 engagement ring receipt in the other when I heard her laughing in the background of her ex's Instagram story, and I knew exactly what my next call would be. Hey friends, please subscribe and turn on notifications, like this video, and leave a comment with your impressions. This will be a great help. Thank you. We never tire of reminding you. It's all thanks to you. It was early March in Portland, Oregon. One of those weeks where the rain finally breaks and you get reminded why people live in the Pacific Northwest. I'm 37. Been working as a senior project manager for a construction firm for the past 6 years. Steady job, decent salary, the kind of career where you learn to plan things carefully and follow through on commitments. That's how I'd approach my relationship with Amanda too. Carefully, deliberately, with an eye toward building something that would last. We'd been together for 4 years. Living together for the last 2 in a renovated apartment in the Pearl District. She's 33, works as a senior buyer for a regional outdoor retail chain. Smart woman, ambitious, someone who knew what she wanted. Or at least I thought she did. That Tuesday morning I'd taken a long lunch to pick up the ring I'd ordered 6 weeks earlier. Custom design, platinum band with a small cluster of diamonds. The kind of understated, elegant piece Amanda had pointed out on someone's hand at a wedding we'd attended last fall. I'd been planning to propose during a weekend trip to Cannon Beach I'd booked for late April. Beachfront cottage, her favorite restaurant, the whole thing mapped out. I was pulling back onto the highway when I checked my phone at a red light. Instagram notification. I don't spend much time on social media, but I have the app. I saw that Amanda had been tagged in a story by someone named Brett Kozlowski. The name was familiar, her ex-boyfriend from her mid-20s, the guy she'd dated for 2 years before they broke up when he moved to San Francisco for some startup job. They'd reconnected on social media maybe 8 months ago, and she'd mentioned him occasionally. Old friend, she'd said. No big deal. I clicked through. It was a video taken at some brewery, the kind with long communal tables and Edison bulbs everywhere. The camera panned across a group of people laughing, and there was Amanda, front and center, head thrown back mid-laugh, sitting right next to Brett. He had his arm casually draped on the bench behind her. She was wearing the green blouse I liked, the one that brought out her eyes. The caption read, "Squad back together. PDX, SF, any day." I stared at the screen for a moment. The light turned green. Someone honked behind me. I drove. When I got home that evening around 6, Amanda was in the kitchen making herself a salad. She looked up when I came in, smiled briefly, and went back to chopping cucumbers. "How was your day?" I asked, setting my keys on the counter. "Good. Busy. Vendor meetings all afternoon." She didn't look up. "Do anything for lunch?" "Just grabbed something quick at my desk." I let that sit there for a second. "That's interesting, because Brett posted a video from a brewery earlier. You were in it." Her hand paused mid-chop. Then she continued, very deliberately. "Oh right. Yeah, a few of us went out for a quick drink. It wasn't really lunch, more like a late afternoon thing. A quick drink with your ex-boyfriend. With a group of people, Ryan. Brett brought some of his old Portland friends. It was a whole thing. Don't make it weird. You told me you were at your desk." She put the knife down and turned to face me. "Because I knew you'd react exactly like this. Brett is in town for a few days for work, and yes, some of us met up. We're adults. We can be friends with our exes without it being some dramatic situation. When did he get into town?" "Sunday night. And you didn't mention it. Because it's not relevant to you." Her tone had shifted, gotten sharper. "Look, I need you to be mature about this. Brett is someone I care about as a friend. I'm allowed to have friendships that don't include you in every single detail." There it was. That particular phrase, "not relevant to you," delivered with just enough edge to make it clear she'd already decided I didn't get a say in this. I felt something settle in my chest, cold and clarifying. "Got it," I said evenly. She seemed to expect more pushback. When it didn't come, she looked almost disappointed. "He's having a going-away dinner Thursday night before he flies back Friday. I'm going. I wanted to let you know so you can make your own plans for dinner." "His going-away dinner?" "Yes. And I'm not included. It's for his close friends, Ryan. People he's known for years. It would be awkward to bring someone he doesn't know. Right? Because the ex-girlfriend he's getting cozy with at breweries definitely shouldn't bring her current partner. That would be awkward." Her eyes flashed. "You're being insecure, and honestly, it's not attractive. I'm going to dinner with friends on Thursday. That's what's happening. You can either handle it like an adult or not." but I'm done discussing it. She took her salad into the living room. I stood in the kitchen for a long moment, then walked to the bedroom and opened my laptop. The ring purchase was on my personal credit card, which I'd paid off that morning specifically so I could charge the ring and immediately pay the balance, something I'd done to keep the statement clean for when we eventually combined finances after marriage. The jeweler's return policy was printed at the bottom of my email receipt. Full refund within 14 days with the original receipt and unworn merchandise. Today was day 3. I also pulled up the confirmation for the Cannon Beach cottage. Booked through a private owner on a vacation rental site. Cancellation policy. Full refund if canceled more than 30 days before check-in. Our reservation was for April 22nd through 24th. Today was March 8th. Well within the window. I looked at both documents for a while. Then I looked at the ring box sitting in my messenger bag across the room. Wednesday morning, I called the jeweler as soon as they opened at 10. Hi, this is Ryan Mitchell. I picked up a custom ring yesterday, order number 4738. I need to return it. The woman on the phone was kind about it. Of course. Do you have your receipt? I do. And the ring is unworn. Still in the original condition? Untouched. Then we can absolutely process that return. Would you like store credit or refund to your original payment method? Refund, please. Not a problem. You can bring it in any time this week. The refund will process within 3 to 5 business days. I drove there during lunch. The whole transaction took maybe 10 minutes. The jeweler inspected the ring, scanned my receipt, and handed me a return confirmation slip. I hope everything is all right, she said gently. It will be, I told her. That afternoon, I canceled the Cannon Beach cottage. The owner was understanding. Life happens, he said. The refund confirmation email arrived within an hour. Then I started looking at our living situation with the same methodical approach I used for construction timelines. Our apartment lease had both our names on it, running through the end of August. But I'd been the one to front the security deposit and first month's rent when we'd moved in. Amanda had reimbursed me for her half over the following 2 months. I pulled up our original lease agreement and the Venmo transactions to confirm the paper trail. Utilities were in my name. Streaming services, my accounts. The furniture was a mix, some mine from before we moved in together, some hers, some we'd bought together. I made a mental list of what was clearly mine. The bedroom set I'd brought from my old place, my desk and office setup, my kitchen equipment, the living room TV and stand I'd purchased. I started looking at available apartments. Found a 1-bedroom in the Hawthorne district, smaller than what we had now, but in a good building with parking. I could afford it comfortably on my salary alone. I sent an inquiry to the landlord. Thursday evening, Amanda left for Brett's dinner at 7. She'd dressed carefully, black dress, heels, her hair styled in a way that took effort. She checked her reflection 3 times before leaving. Don't wait up, she said without looking at me. Have fun, I replied. She didn't get home until after midnight. I heard her come in, heard her moving around in the bathroom, getting ready for bed. She slipped under the covers beside me without saying anything. I pretended to be asleep. Friday morning, I got a call back from the Hawthorne apartment landlord. The place was available for immediate move-in. First month and security deposit would run me $3,000 total. I could see it that afternoon if I wanted. I'll take it, I said. I can do a viewing today and have the deposit to you by Monday. Perfect. How about 3 o'clock? I viewed the apartment during a late lunch break. It was clean, well-maintained, good natural light. I signed the lease application on the spot and transferred the deposit from my phone while standing in the empty living room. The landlord shook my hand. Welcome to the building. You can pick up keys next Friday, March 18th. Over the weekend, I started packing. Only my belongings. I did it when Amanda was out running errands or meeting friends. She'd become suddenly very busy with plans that didn't include me. I boxed up my clothes, my books, my personal items. I worked quietly and efficiently, stacking boxes in the back of our bedroom closet where she wouldn't immediately notice. Monday evening, Amanda was sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone when I sat down in the chair across from her. I need to tell you something, I said. She looked up, mildly curious. I'm moving out. I signed a lease on a new place. I'll be out by the end of next week. The phone nearly slipped from her hand. You're what? Moving out. My new place is available Friday. Ryan, what are you talking about? Why would you? Because you made it very clear last week that you're going to prioritize your relationship with your ex-boyfriend over basic respect for your partner. You went to a brewery with him and lied to me about it. You went to his private dinner and told me I wasn't relevant enough to include. That told me everything I needed to know about where this is headed. Are you serious right now? You're breaking up with me over dinner with friends. I'm breaking up with you because you got dressed up for your ex-boyfriend, lied about seeing him, and dismissed me when I raised reasonable concerns. And I'm moving out because I'm not interested in living with someone who treats me like an inconvenience. Her face went through several expressions: shock, anger, something that might have been panic. This is insane. You're completely overreacting. Nothing is going on with Brett. Okay. That's all you have to say. What else is there? You've made your choices. I'm making mine. We've been together 4 years. I'm aware. She stood up, started pacing. You can't just leave. We have a lease. We have a life here. The lease has both our names on it. You can stay and take it over, or you can give notice and move out too. Either way, I'm leaving. And you just decided this? Without talking to me. I'm talking to you now. I'm giving you advance notice that I'll be moving my things out over the next week. You can keep whatever shared furniture you want. I'm taking what's mine. This is because of Brett. This is because of you. She changed tactics, her voice softening. Ryan, come on. Let's talk about this. I'm sorry if I made you feel excluded. I didn't handle that well. But you're talking about throwing away our entire relationship. You already threw it away. I'm just handling the logistics. I love you. You have a strange way of showing it. The tears started then. Please don't do this. We can work through this. I'll set better boundaries with Brett. I'll include you more. Just don't leave. I've already signed the lease on the new place. First month's rent and deposit are paid. Then break the lease. No. She stared at me, and I watched her cycle through the calculations. Anger won. Fine. Leave. I don't need this. I don't need you acting like I'm some criminal for having friends. I never said you were. You're punishing me for going to dinner. I'm removing myself from a relationship where I'm not respected. There's a difference. She grabbed her phone and purse. I'm going out. Figure out your stuff. She left, slamming the door hard enough to rattle the frame. Over the next week, I systematically moved my belongings. I took photos of the apartment before and after I removed each piece of my furniture, just to have documentation. I updated my address with my employer, my bank, the post office. I transferred the utilities into Amanda's name with a confirmation email to her. I removed myself from our shared grocery delivery account and streaming services, sending her the account details so she could update the payment methods. Amanda tried multiple approaches. Tuesday, she gave me the silent treatment, staying in the bedroom with the door closed when I was home. Wednesday, she left a note on the counter. Can we please just have one real conversation about this? I texted back. I've said what I needed to say. I'll be out by Friday. Thursday morning, I got a call from an unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Brett. Hey man, it's Brett Kozlowski. Look, Amanda's really upset, and I feel partially responsible. I want you to know nothing inappropriate happened between us. We really are just old friends catching up. I think maybe there's been a miscommunication here. Give me a call if you want to talk it through. I deleted the message without saving it. Thursday afternoon, Amanda's best friend Jenna called me. I answered because Jenna had always been decent to me. Ryan, hi. Amanda asked me to call you. Hi, Jenna. She's really devastated. She told me what happened. I know Brett, and I really don't think anything is going on there. That's good to hear. So, do you think maybe you guys could talk? Like really talk? We've talked. I've made my decision. But you've been together so long. Don't you think you should try counseling or something before just ending it? I appreciate the call, Jenna, but I'm not interested in counseling. I'm moving forward. She loves you, Ryan. I hope she's happy. I really do. But I'm done. There was a pause. Okay, I had to try. Take care of yourself. You too. Friday morning, I loaded the last of my boxes into my car and my buddy's truck that I'd borrowed for the larger furniture. The bedroom set, my desk, the TV. By noon, the apartment looked noticeably emptier, but still functional. Everything I'd left behind was either clearly hers or shared items I had no attachment to. The couch we'd bought together, the dining table, kitchen basics. I did a final walkthrough with my phone, taking video of each room. Then I left my key on the kitchen counter with a note. Key. Utilities transferred to your name as of today. Take care. I drove to my new apartment and spent the weekend setting up. It was smaller, quieter. I arranged my furniture, unpacked my kitchen supplies, set up my desk facing the window that looked out over a small courtyard. Saturday evening, I ordered Thai food and ate it on my couch while watching a basketball game. It felt peaceful. Monday, I got an email from Amanda. The subject line was, "Please, Ryan, I've had time to think and I understand why you were hurt. I should have been more transparent about Brett being in town. I should have invited you to the dinner. I was wrong, but I'm begging you to reconsider. We built a life together. We can rebuild the trust. I miss you. I miss us. Can we at least meet and talk in person? I'll come to you. Just give me a chance." I read it twice. Then I replied, "Amanda, I appreciate you reaching out. I don't think meeting is a good idea. What happened with Brett was a symptom, not the cause. The cause was that when I expressed a reasonable boundary, you dismissed it and prioritized looking good for an ex over respecting your partner. That's not something I'm interested in trying to fix. I hope you find what you're looking for. Take care." I didn't block her email right away, but I set up a filter so her messages would skip the inbox and go to a folder I didn't check regularly. The following weeks settled into a new rhythm. Work stayed busy. We were breaking ground on a new mixed-use development downtown, and I threw myself into the planning phases. I started going to a gym closer to my new place, joined a Tuesday night trivia team at a bar down the street. Small, normal things that filled the space where relationship maintenance used to be. Mid-April, I got a text from an unknown number. "This is Amanda. I got a new phone. Can we please talk?" I blocked the number. 2 days later, her mom called me. I debated answering, but decided to take it out of respect for the years I'd known her family. "Ryan, it's Patricia." "Hi, Patricia. Amanda told me what happened. I wanted to reach out personally. I appreciate that. She's having a hard time. I know you are too. I just wonder if maybe this is all happening too fast. You two were so good together. We're being the operative word. She made a mistake, Ryan. Don't we all deserve grace for our mistakes? I'm not punishing her for a mistake. I'm choosing not to continue in a relationship where I felt disrespected. That's my right." There was a long pause. "You're a good man, Ryan. I always liked you. I'm sorry it ended this way." "Me too. Take care of yourself, Patricia." "You too, honey." In early May, I ran into Amanda's colleague Devin at a coffee shop near my office. We'd met a few times at work events. He gave me an awkward wave and came over. "Hey, Ryan. How are you?" "Doing well." "You?" "Good, good." He hesitated. "I heard about you and Amanda." "Sorry, man. These things happen." "Yeah." Another pause. "I don't know if I should say this, but Brett apparently got back together with his ex-girlfriend in San Francisco. The one he'd broken up with right before he came to Portland. Amanda found out through social media. She's pretty torn up about it. I absorbed that information. That's tough. She thought maybe, that there was something there with him. But I guess he was just killing time while his ex cooled off. I hope she's okay." He looked at me like he was trying to figure out if I meant it. "You're handling this really well. Just trying to move forward." We chatted for another minute about neutral topics, then parted ways. I thought about what he'd said while I walked back to my office. Brett had used her to make his ex jealous, and Amanda had blown up her relationship for someone who was never actually interested. There was probably a lesson in there about priorities and what you gamble when you disrespect people who actually care about you. I didn't feel vindicated exactly, more like confirmed in my decision. June arrived with the kind of perfect Portland weather that makes you forget about the 9 months of rain. I took a long weekend and drove down to Ashland for the Shakespeare Festival, something I'd always wanted to do but never made time for. I saw 3 plays, ate at good restaurants, hiked in the hills above town, came back rested and clear-headed. The following Tuesday evening, I was at the grocery store near my apartment, comparing prices on coffee beans, when I heard my name. "Ryan." I turned. Amanda was standing there with a half-full basket, looking thinner than I remembered. Her hair was different, shorter. She looked tired. "Hi," I said. "Hi. I didn't know you shopped here. I live a few blocks away now." "Oh, right." She shifted her weight. "How are you?" "I'm good." "You?" "I'm managing. Work is busy." "That's good." An awkward pause settled between us. She broke it first. "I heard about Brett getting back with his ex. Devin mentioned something about that." "Yeah, it was stupid of me. The whole thing." She looked down at her basket. "I thought maybe there was something there, or that there could be. But I was wrong. About a lot of things. I'm sorry you got hurt." "Are you?" "Yeah, I am. I didn't want you to get hurt. I just didn't want to be the backup option while you figured it out." She nodded slowly. "That's fair. That's more than fair. Another pause. I moved out of the Pearl apartment. Couldn't afford it alone. I'm in a studio in Selwood now. I hope it's working out. It's fine. Smaller. Quieter. She looked at me directly for the first time. I miss you. I miss what we had. I miss some of it too. But I don't miss feeling like I had to compete for your attention. You didn't have to compete. It felt like I did. And when I said so, you told me I wasn't relevant. She flinched. I said that, didn't I? You did. I was wrong. For what it's worth, I know that now. I believe you. Is there any chance? No. I said gently but firmly. There isn't. She nodded, eyes getting bright. Okay. I had to ask. I get it. You look good, Ryan. Happy. I'm getting there. I'm glad. She wiped at her eyes quickly. I should let you get back to your shopping. Take care of yourself, Amanda. You too. She walked away toward the produce section. I watched her go for a moment, then turned back to the coffee selection. I grabbed the medium roast I'd been eyeing, put it in my basket, and headed for the checkout. The evening air was cool when I stepped outside. I loaded my groceries into my car and drove home to my quiet apartment. I made dinner, poured a glass of wine, and sat by the window while the light faded over the courtyard. The life I was building now was simpler, cleaner, mine. I didn't feel triumphant. I just felt clear. What's your approach when someone shows you who they are through their actions? Do you give multiple chances or trust what you see the first time? Let me know in the comments.